Hey guys, sorry it's been so long since I have come back and updated my 2024 reading journal. Life has been crazy hectic and I am just now getting back to journaling. Today I'm going to start off with my gifted page and then we'll be moving on to a NetGalley page. Okay, so there is my gifted page. And next I will be doing the NetGalley page. So this is going to be a new spread for me. It's similar to my ARC spread from last year, but basically I'm just going to track what books I got from NetGalley and which ones I've actually read, when it's going to be published, and so on and so forth. Okay. Okay, so now I will be doing my series tracker. I didn't use this a whole lot last year, but I'm hoping to read a few more series this year. So hopefully this will come in handy. So I'm going to do this a little bit differently than I did. Last year I did it like this, where I had like the series and then the number of books backwards. That was a little bit weird. So this year I am going to just do the series and the number of books under it, kind of like in a list. So first of all, I'm going to be finishing Throne of Glass this year. So let me see where the middle would be. All right there, maybe. Okay. So Throne of Glass. And that has 8 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now I'd also like to read Shadow and Bone. And that has 3 books. Darker Shade of Magic. Right now, that's all I want to do, but I will probably add more. And I'm going to and hopefully I will add more to the series tracker. Maybe I'll think of a few more in the next couple weeks. Like the corners trimmed. There we go. Kind of like that, I believe. Let's see. 1, 2. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So this is very different from my spread last year. Last year I had it like this. But I really like the way this looks. I think it looks a lot cleaner and it's a lot easier to follow. I think I will highlight each month. Just add a little bit of color to this spread. There we go. And let's see. All right. Now, this has always been one of my favorites is the alphabet challenge, even though I literally never finish it because I can never find anything that starts with a Z or a whatever it is. This was mine last year. I probably could have finished these, but I didn't want to pressure myself too much. Okay, I want to do something a little bit creative, and I'm going to make those like little block, little sticker letters, kind of like a collage. Okay, I'm not sure if I love it or not, but it will work. And if I hate it, I can always go back and change it. I'm going to be finishing up the journal by doing a reading log spread. And so last year I really liked the way that I did a Dutch door like this, and then kept just like one title. So I'm gonna be doing that again this year. So last year I had about 27 spots on each of those. So I'm just gonna count out 27. Okay, so that's 27. Do that about right here. I like to put a piece of sturdy paper underneath where I'm going to be cutting. That way it doesn't go on to the next page. So, get right up to it. And then there we go. And then we'll have to do the same down here. Just kind of ripped there. That's not good. Okay. So there's my Dutch door. Got a bit of a rip there, but maybe I can fix that with some tape. Then I go in here and right there. I think I had it a little bit over like that. I always like to make my corners nice and round. There we go. See, that's what I always kind of do. That to cover up those. All right. Now I like to thicken some of the lines. Phoebe. All right. Now, eraser. And luckily I just did the corners really, so I don't have a whole lot to erase. Okay. So now we want it to say reading log. That is not even. That's better. Okay, we'll do pink up top. All right. And now we're going to do our headings. So I like to do title / author. And then I have a nice, probably about this big space for the date, and about that big space for the rating. So all right. And now, let's see. Last year I really liked the box that I drew around the reading log. I think that looked really nice. Okay. Okay. And then I think I might do some little florals around it, kind of like I did last year, right here. I think I might try to do some florals similar to that. Okay. Okay. I want to make that a tiny bit shorter. If I can just rip that. There we go. Okay, so she is done. Now, if you're wondering what I'm going to do for months, I am actually not doing my monthly spreads that I did in the past years. I am not going to be doing these spreads this year. And the reason is because I felt so much pressure to finish this last book so that it would fit into January or February or whatever it was. Even if I had like a couple chapters left, I had to get that thing done before midnight. And it was way too much pressure. It felt like school. And I just don't want that attitude going into next year. So I am not going to be doing any kind of reading wrap up or anything for the month. The only kind of statistics I'm going to be tracking as far as monthly are going to be right here on my yearly statistics page. So yes, if I read 11 and a half books, I'll probably put 11.5, whatever. Or maybe I'll round up to 12, whatever it is. But I'm not going to be super strict on finishing each book a month. Also, I found that I was having to print out way too many book covers, and that just took up a lot of money, having to buy a lot of printer paper. As far as my reviews, I'm going to do something similar to this, but a little looser. So I'm not going to have them pre-made. I'm just going to kind of make them as I read a book. So whether I read 4 books that month, maybe I'll have 2 on each page, or maybe I'll even have just 1 book review on 1 page and like really hash it out. So I'm not going to go ahead and set that up yet. And I know that's going to be kind of confusing, but I'm really excited to just take a more lenient view onto the reading journal this year. So that is why I am not doing any monthly spreads. I'm just going to be doing individual reviews all the way through, and I will mark them by date so that I can go back and figure out what I have. So far, I'm going to do a little flip through. This is my front page. I'm going to add a few little things to it. Might add like a little book stack or something and write like my reading journal. Haven't done that yet. And I'm going to tape these pages together. Reference and index. Reading goal. Days I finished a book. My genre bookshelf with my genres. Yearly statistics page. 5-star favorites. My monthly favorites in the book bracket. Read around the world. My unread shelf. Gifted and my NetGalley tracker. Series tracker, and I just thought of another series that I want to read, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Okay. Book club picks. Alphabet challenge, and I've left this page blank because I might want to add something else down the road. I just haven't decided yet. And then my reading log. So this is a much simpler setup than my last year's journal because I kind of felt pressured to fill out a lot of things at the end of each month, and that just wasn't good for my mental health. So I hope you enjoyed this setup video. And I will have to do a flip through of my 2023 journal in just a little bit.